Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here at the 2026 Cedar Hills Championship, hosted by Casey One More Mason at Cedar Hills Park in North Raleigh, North Carolina. And I wanted to start this video off a little bit different than other ones. I'm going to do like an intro video from the course, going to show you a quick in the bag of what I'm throwing today. Today I am throwing my Prodigy bag and putting with the PA2 300 soft plastic. I have an A2 500 plastic, an A3 750 plastic. Those are my approach discs, my putter. And for my throwing putters, I am throwing a PA5 with the rooster stamp, Austin Roos, PA3 reblend, PA1 750 plastic, understable, stable, overstable putters. For my mids, I'm going to be throwing a 500 plastic M5, a Chantel Badinsky M4, I believe this is 500 plastic as well, with the disc dies by Melissa spin die on it, and MX3 in 500 plastic as well. 500 is my favorite plastic from Prodigy. Fairway drivers, I got an F3 here in 500 plastic, and F7 in 500 plastic, and FX4, I believe this is, I think it's 500. I believe all the FX4s are made overseas. I don't believe they are made from their US plant. I have an Avalanche that is in the Firebird slot. I haven't found a disc yet with Prodigy that kind of fits that Firebird mold. The feedback is kind of closed, but it is a little bit less stable than I want. Avalanche is going to kind of fill that spot until I can find something. I do have the feedback in 400 plastic. This is a experimental disc, or it's an unreleased disc made by Prodigy. Talk about this a little bit more once it's kind of official. But this is a understable driver. It's like a Gorgon. 10.5 -2.1 is the numbers I will put on it. I believe it could be a -2.2. I don't think it's more understable than that, but so far I'm liking it. But it is made by Prodigy. And then I have the Lance Brown D3. I believe this is 400 plastic on this one. But that's what I'm going to be throwing today, and so let's get ready and get into the action. Starting off on hole 1, I'm going to be throwing my F7 out of the hand. Threw it pretty well. Was kind of sneaking through the little gaps on the right side. Hit a late tree and kind of knocked it down here, but it was fine. Left me about a 120 footer maybe for the approach. Throwing a PA3, just gave it a little turnover backhand, put it up right next to the basket. Pretty easy tap in par to start. This was a good start for the day. Hole 2, I'm throwing the Avalanche. I'm trying to throw this on a thumber and kind of missed my line a bit. Kind of got slowed down in those limbs, but I'm gonna take my F7 here on my second shot. I wanted to be on top of that hill right in front of me, but I came just a little short of it. But F7, put it up in the middle. This is a par 4. Taking the A2, trying my approach here, and it's gonna just come out a little high on me. Didn't quite snap it the way I needed to. I'm gonna have a long par attempt here, trying to scramble for par. Putting with the PA2, liking the PA2 quite a bit for putting. 300 soft plastic. Put it next to the basket, tap in for bogey, unfortunately. Hole 3, throwing the M5 here. This is, I want to say, like 230 feet, something like that. Out of the hand, I thought I nailed it, and I was expecting it to kind of drift right a little bit more, and it didn't. But it did give me this birdie. It really wasn't a birdie attempt because the branches were kind of in the way. Couldn't really get it high enough to make it in the chains, but it was an easy tap in par. Hole 4. I'm sorry, this is hole 3.
No, this is hole 4. 12, 13, 14, 12, 13. Yeah. Okay. Hole 4. Gonna take a pretty easy par here. Hole 5. Throw my M4 right down the middle. And came out a little early on me, but I'm pin high left. It's gonna leave me this long run here for birdie. I had so many almost makes again today. It was a repeat of the last video I put up, the week 3 league round, where it's just so close to making so many putts. Next hole, throwing the feedback on a forehand, and I'm going to throw it pretty well. I didn't quite get it to flip as much as I wanted, but it was fine. And this basket is playing in the long left position. And I've got to stop doing these. Trying the grenade here because I wanted to just sit. Unfortunately, it caught edge and rolled away from the basket more than I wanted it to. And it put me in this position where I'm having to do this kind of wide straddle. And I really need to practice my straddle putts. My straddle putts kind of cost me about 3 strokes out here this weekend for short straddle putts that I should not have missed. But unfortunately, going to take another bogey here. Next hole, I'm going to be throwing the, I think this is an A2. I'm throwing, no, it's F7. I was throwing on the forehand. It kind of turned it over a little bit too much, but it left me in a good position. I've got a long run here for birdie. Just about cashed it. Another par. Next hole, I'm throwing the Adonis. This is the unreleased disc made by Prodigy. Good shot out of the hand, really liked it. And I'm going to have this approach shot with the A3 here. And I actually buzzed the chains on this one. Really close to it. But went a little bit far. This is one of those ones, that tree right there next to me is in my way for my normal stagger putt. And I had to do a straddle and just absolutely airballed it. One of those ones that should not miss it from that close, but I need to practice more for the straddles. See, next hole I'm throwing the Austin Roos PA5 here, 500 plastic, and this is the regular hole 1 out here. Absolutely striped it down the middle. It was a great shot, went over the basket, and I was down the hill. This is my birdie putt, and I was able to cash that in. So I did have one that actually finally went in. Throwing the F3 here on the next hole, and yanked it just a little bit, and I'm going to go in the trees on the right, and it's going to get knocked down. But I'm going to take the A3, and I'm trying to throw this right at the basket, and it's going to come out just a little early on me. And I was asking for it to hit a tree, and it did, luckily, and knock me down. Another straddle putt here. This is a longer one. This is probably circle's edge. And yeah, my aiming with the straddle putt is horrible. But that's something I need to work on. I'll probably take this week and just do nothing but straddle putts and see what I can do with that. Next hole, throwing the F7. And threw it very well right down the middle. Absolutely loved it. Have an A3 here. I have a lot of these little chopped forehands that put it right up under the basket. Another easy par. Next hole, throwing the Avalanche. I'm throwing the thumber again with it, and this time I'm going to make the adjustment that I needed to. How I should have thrown it back on the second hole.
Let's go.
And absolutely, didn't park it, but it's inside the circle. This is probably about 15-foot putt here for birdie. Putt I should never miss. I mean, realistically, that should be a 90%er. Next hole, throwing the F7 again. I really like this F7. It's a good disc. Great flip up backhand. Flip up the flat and just go straight. Really good disc. Another A3 here. And when I throw it, it's going to come out of my hand. It felt great. I thought I did it just right. And unfortunately just comes out early on me. Actually, I think it hit that tree and kicked right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit that tree and it kicked right on me. But long putt here for par, and just off to the left. Pretty much a tap in for bogey. Next hole, throw in the M4. It's in the short position today, and just pulled it a little bit to the right, caught a tree and kicked me to the right a little bit more. But I do have a run here for birdie, although I do have a tree right in my way, right in front of the basket, so I just laid it up and took my par. Decided not to play with that tree. Hole 7, this one upset me. MX3, absolutely laced it. It's going right at the basket. Thought I was all over it, and I hit like the swampy area up here, right on the water's edge, and it kept me from skipping up in bounds. So unfortunately this is for par, and I miss it from the drop zone. So I took a bogey. Hole number 9, or yeah, the regular hole number 9. Throw in an FX4 and just kind of threw it up in the air. Didn't really get it flat at all, but did get out here. This should have been an easy par for me. I got to take the PA3, and I'm just throwing it up here at the basket. And it was a great throw. I just went long with it. I mean, I just muscled it too much, I guess. I don't know. But I went way past, trying to save par, hit the top of the basket, and I'm going to take a bogey, unfortunately. Hole 17, I'm throwing the M4 again, and came out just a little early, caught a tree early there, but I'm going to have an A3 approach shot here out of the woods, and absolutely put it right next to the basket. It's going to be a, scramble par here. And then finally hole 18, throwing the FX4. Uphill shot, OB all on the right, road and beyond. Threw it very well over the road, comes back for me, right in bounds. Just what I needed to do. And long final putt here for birdie. And just did miss it. Gonna take a par to finish it. So right here, we finished at 5 over for the round with 2 birdies. So, not bad, but a couple of those bogeys in there were just unforced errors on my part. Bad putts for bad straddle putts. That kind of got me those. Overall, good round. I enjoyed it. Prodigy just threw great. Coming up next, you're going to see round 2, where I'm going to be using my Kastaplast bag, and I've decided I'm kind of doing a disc challenge, manufacturer challenge for me, where I'm this weekend I'm putting Prodigy up against Kastaplast. Whoever wins stays. Whoever loses gets traded in at Yeet Street. So if you're looking for any of these discs that which I'll tell you at the end which ones they are. If you're looking for any of those, you can probably find them up at the used bin at Yeet Street. This is just a fun thing I'm doing. It doesn't mean anything about the discs. The discs are fine. It's me. So just something fun I'm doing with this series. Next week I'll be doing Discmania versus DGA at Coyote Cut, so that should be fun. But let's get into round 2. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is round 2 of the Cedar Hills Championship at Cedar Hills Park in North Raleigh. Yesterday I was able to get my dream bag. I've been wanting this bag for a very long time. This is the Seeger Odin. They have the Balder as well. The Balder's a little bit smaller. This is the bigger bag. This bag does have the cup holders on both sides. The Balder does not. That's about the biggest difference. The Balder is a little bit smaller, but not by a lot. But I'll do my in the bag real quick today. Yesterday I used my Prodigy bag. Today I'll be using my Kastaplast bag. So I'm going back to my Recos for putting. Can never go wrong with the Reco for your putting putter. K3 plastic. And then for my throwers, I'm going to be looking at the Berg, of course.
The Recco, another disc dies by Melissa. The Recco X for my overstable putter. I have a Tough in here. I'm still kind of getting used to it. It's the same numbers, a little bit more glide than the Recco X, but I'm not finding it to be as stable as the Recco X, so I'm still working on that one to try to figure that out. The Yarn, this is a great zone alternative. It's a 4.5 speed, so it's between the zone and something like a Gator. But it's got plenty of torque. It handles torque very well. And this disc here, the Yota, this is a rock. I mean, just all day. It's just a straight flyer, 4-speed, 4501, extremely straight flyer. Very much a rock style disc. The Cax, you can't have a Kastaplast bag without a Cax. 6502, nice, stable mid-range, not overstable, not understable. It's just nice. The Stig is a great flip-up 6-speed. Can't go wrong with that. We have the Nord. The Nord is a nice overstable mid 5403, kind of like a MD5 would be, something along those lines, or like a Rock X3. The E-Dog, this is a 7-speed, 7.5, negative 0.52, similar to like a T-Bird, maybe a little bit more flippy out of the box. Kastaplast, they have a disc called a Stall, but I haven't found any that are actually Firebird-like. They're all a little bit more domey than I would want for the Firebird disc. Similar numbers to Firebird, but it's not the same feel. But if you go to Latitude, another House of Discs brand, also Swedish brand, you have the Pioneer. The Pioneer is an incredible Firebird alternative. Nice and flat, really flat disc. Feels great in the hand, especially for forehands, which is what you want. Great thumber disc. So if you're looking for like an alternative to a Firebird, and you're looking at some other brands, the Pioneer, I don't see it that often in people's bags, but it is a great disc. And finally, we're gonna have the Lutz. The Lutz is a 9.5 -1.2. It's that Undertaker slot. Then we have the Falk, 9.6 -2.1. Nice flippy fairway driver. Then we have the Malm. This is going to be a 10.4 2.5. This is a really good disc. It's kind of like a Thunderbird would be, but flatter. The new Impa, very flippy distance driver. And finally the Alba. This is going to be a 11.6 -2.2 driver. Nice bomber disc. So those are my favorite Kastaplast discs that I'll be using today. So let's get into round 2.
Okay, hole number 1, I am throwing the Malm. Trying to throw it here on a forehand. Crank over on it just a little too much. Unfortunately, it's going to glide left into the trees. I will be in bounds. Throwing the Nord here on a backhand. And out of the hand, I thought I hit it just right, and I caught this one tree that was kind of on the right side of the fairway and knocked it down. So I'm going to give it a run here with my Recco and almost make it. That's the entire weekend was almost makes. Tapped that in for a bogey, unfortunately. I'm going to take the Pioneer here on a thumber line like I did the day before. But today I'm going to actually hit the line I wanted. And it's going to get there to the top of the hill like how I wanted yesterday to go. I'm going to throw the Yota here on my second shot. Went a little high with it, but it's fine. It's right down the middle. Nothing wrong with it. I'm going to have a long run here for birdie with the Recco. Came in just in front of the basket. Going to take a tap in par there. Taking the Stig here on hole 3 and just pulled it a little bit. Luckily I got a kick across the fairway and didn't go into that deep stuff on the right. And I'm going to take my yarn here. I do have a line, and I'm just going to throw it right down that line and try to slide it up as close as I can get. And I do have a chance here to save par. Unfortunately, hit the basket and took another bogey. So started off bogey, par, bogey. Hole 4, taking the Recco here, and it just comes out of my hand a little bit early. Hit an early tree, kick left in these trees. I had a lot of scrambling today. A lot of scrambling. Take the yarn here, threw it on this kind of chopped forehand that I do, and luckily I got it right up here next to the basket to save par. Hole 5, I'm going to be throwing the stick again. Out of the hand, I thought I was going to be all over the basket, and apparently I hit something kind of late there in the middle and knocked it straight down. That was me still watching for it to come out by the basket, but it had come down already way back here. I'm going to take the yarn again and just toss it up here at the basket. It's going to crash, and it jumped a little more than I wanted, but it was fine. It was still probably a 20-footer here to save the par. And we're able to save it again. Hole 6, I'm throwing the Malm again on a forehand. This is what I wanted it to do on hole 1. But I get it up here, almost to the basket. And I make a mistake here with the Berg. I choose the wrong line to throw it on. I should have went the wide line instead. And unfortunately, I tried the tiny gap to put me under the basket, and it leaves me with a long putt for par that I missed and took a bogey. I missed hole 7. I don't know how. I just forgot to hit record, I guess, but this is hole 8. Fault comes out of my hand early. I'm just scrambling left and right out here. I'm trying to take the Stig and put it on a little forehand turnover, and I just burned it too much, and I was going to roll over to the right side of the fairway. And I'm taking the Pioneer and throwing this on a forehand thumber line. This is a great shot if you don't have a lot of ceiling, but you need it to go short and then kick hard right. Great utility shot to learn how to do. This is to try to save par here. Just outside circle, and almost had it. That was the entire weekend, almost, but that was a tap in for bogey. One of the other guys threw a grenade on this hole, and I decided to throw a grenade too, to have a grenade challenge. And absolutely did a great job with it. Got a few feet further than they did, but we still both had long putts. I'm taking the Berg, and because it's so far downhill, I'm trying to do a flutter putt. And I thought I had it for a second. I thought I was going right around that tree, but unfortunately I did hit it. But still an easy putt for par. Hole 2, taking the E-Dog here, and had a good shot out of the hand. It just didn't flip up like I wanted it to. Pushed way down the hill to the left, but I'm level with the basket. Gonna have to take the yarn again and just put it on one of these chopped forehands, and actually hit the pole. Hit the pole of the basket, stopped it, easy par. Next hole, this is the hole I about died on. You're going to see what happens here. Why there's a boulder here next to this tee pad, I don't know. But taking the Falk, and that's my follow through. My foot hits that rock. Had a good throw, though. Put me right here, close to the basket. Another chopped forehand. Tried to throw it in. A little bit short, but easy tap in for par. Taking the Pioneer here on the thumber line, and you're going to see I'm actually going to throw it a little bit too high. I should have snapped it down towards the basket instead of going high with it, but at least I got it in round 1. Taking the yarn and going to just throw it up next to the basket. And I'm going to have a longish putt for birdie. Tree in the way. I'm trying to decide which type of putt I wanted to do here. Decided to go with the regular stagger putt, and luckily made it to save par. Taking an Alva here, understable driver on a forehand on this hole. Haven't really ever tried this, but it worked out great. Might want to do this more often on this hole. Middle of the fairway, going to take the yarn and I actually almost make this. I run this right at the basket, goes just past it, and gets stopped by this tree here. Easy tap in par. And unfortunately, now's where everything goes downhill. So taking the Alva here, and out of the hand, I thought I threw it perfectly, and unfortunately I hit that tree in the middle, kicked it straight right, and now I'm going to be stuck in these trees over here on the right. Taking the Pioneer, there is a line here I'm trying to hit to get out of these trees, and I'm going to actually hit the line pretty well. Threw a little bit higher than I wanted, but I get out. And I'm going to throw the Pioneer again, and I'm trying to go down that gap kind of on the leftish, and I'm going to hit it just like I wanted to. But unfortunately, I catch that one little tree, kicks me straight right in this clump of stuff. And unfortunately, my battery died, and I didn't realize it, but I took a double bogey on that hole. And then on this hole, I laid up in front of the lake, threw over, and then that was me missing the par putt and having to take another bogey here. Hole 9, throwing the Falk. Threw it kind of, or no, this is the Lutz, not the Falk, that's the Lutz. It was fine. I didn't quite get it as flat as I wanted, but left myself with an easy Reco X approach shot. Put it right up here next to the basket. It's going to be pretty simple par. It's not a hard hole if you just break it apart into pieces. If you're trying to go for birdie on it, you could go OB, so I don't. I play it for par. Throwing the Alva here on hole 10. Out of the hand, felt great. Didn't quite turn as much as I wanted, but, it's fine. Gets down on the left side. And I'm going to have a shot here, taking the Falk on a forehand, and it just never turned. I'm like, how am I throwing a -2-1 disc on a flat forehand and it doesn't turn at all? Didn't like that, but took the Pioneer and almost skipped this one in, went right past the chains, and this is to save par. And was able to cash that in. And for our final hole, going to throw the Mom here on a backhand. I wanted to go out over the road, and it just, I don't know, I just threw it inside. But it was fine, nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of left and short. But I'm going to have a long birdie bid here. This is probably 50, 60 feet. And get it right up next to the basket. Easy tap in for par to finish out the round with 2 pars. So can't be upset with that. Overall, shot 8 over for the round. It was 3 strokes worse than round 1. So for my bag challenge, Prodigy won. So the Kastaplast bag has already been traded in at Yeet Street. There were people there that snatched up a few of them immediately. They were waiting, as soon as I put them in there, they got them. So there are some left, but I'm not sure which ones they picked up exactly. But I think the E-Dog got picked up. But most of the others are there. Only ones I did not trade in were my ones that have been dyed by Melissa, which those I keep. But the disc dyes by Melissa, in the description you'll see a promo code if you ever want to use it. But yeah, overall finished 13 over for the tournament, 20th place out of 29. So not great, not horrible. Could have been a lot better. I missed so many putts that were so close, but it was a fun tournament. Really enjoyed it. As usual, enjoyed my card mates. Everybody was fun to play with as usual. And next week, I'll be coming to you from Coyote Cut, a new course in Pittsboro, designed by Lance Brown, and we'll be going Discmania versus DGA. So I look forward to doing that bag challenge and seeing who comes out on top with those. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.